Have you ever wondered what God is doing in your life when nothing seems to be happening? When the days feel repetitive, when your prayers echo back unchanged, when everyone around you seems to be moving forward while you remain exactly where you started? Maybe you've been asking yourself why your season feels so long, why the waiting stretches endlessly, why God seems silent when you cry out for companionship and love. Here's what I want you to understand today. God is never idle in your life. When you cannot see His hand, He is still at work. When you cannot hear His voice, He is still orchestrating. And when you cannot feel His presence, He is still preparing something beautiful behind the scenes. Your current season is not empty. It is not wasted time. It is not divine neglect. It is preparation season, and God is using every moment to craft something extraordinary. Today, we are diving deep into how God prepares your soulmate, and I want to share with you a spiritual checklist that will transform how you view this sacred process. Because while you have been focused on when your person will arrive, God has been focused on who they are becoming. While you have been counting days and marking calendars, heaven has been marking their heart, shaping their character, and aligning their spirit with yours. The truth is this: God does not just throw two people together and hope for the best. He architects connections that will glorify His name and advance His kingdom. Your future relationship is not just about your happiness. It is about His holiness being reflected through your union. That is why the preparation process is so intentional, so thorough, and yes, sometimes so long. Let me start with the first checkpoint on God's spiritual checklist. He is breaking their pride. Pride is the silent killer of every relationship. It whispers that you deserve better, that you should not have to apologize, that compromise is weakness. But God knows that two proud hearts cannot build one humble home. So before He brings your soulmate into your life, He takes them through seasons that humble them, circumstances that teach them dependence, and situations that reveal their need for His grace. This breaking is not punishment. It is purification. Just like gold must pass through fire to remove impurities, your future spouse is passing through experiences that are burning away arrogance, selfishness, and the need to always be right. They are learning to say sorry first, to choose love over being right, to serve instead of being served. Every disappointment they face, every door that closes, every plan that falls apart, is teaching them that their strength comes from surrendering to God's will, not fighting for their own way. The second checkpoint is equally crucial. God is healing their wounds. Everyone carries scars from their past: betrayal from friendships, disappointment from family, rejection from previous relationships. These wounds create walls, defense mechanisms, and patterns of behavior that can poison future connections. That is why God will not release your soulmate to you until their heart has been thoroughly healed and restored. Right now, while you wait, God may have your future spouse in counseling, in prayer, in deep conversations with mentors who are helping them process pain they have carried for years. He may have them journaling, forgiving people who hurt them, and learning to trust again. This healing process cannot be rushed. It must be complete, because wounded people wound people, but healed people bring healing to everyone they touch. Some of the tears your soulmate is crying right now are tears of release, letting go of bitterness they have held on to, forgiving those who wounded them, and asking God to make their heart soft again. They are learning that vulnerability is not weakness but strength, that opening their heart again is not foolish but faithful. Every therapy session, every honest conversation, every moment of painful self-reflection is preparing them to love you well. The third checkpoint on God's spiritual preparation list involves establishing their identity in Christ. Before God trusts someone with your heart, He ensures their identity is rooted in Him, not in what others think, not in their achievements, not in their appearance, but in their relationship with their Creator. A person whose identity fluctuates with circumstances will never be able to provide the stability a godly relationship requires. God is teaching your soulmate who they are in His eyes. Your future spouse is discovering that their worth is not determined by their job title, their bank account, or how others perceive them. They are learning that their value was settled at Calvary, that their identity was secured when Jesus called them by name, that their purpose flows from their relationship with the Father, not from external validation. This process often looks like stripping away. God may remove the accolades they once relied on, the relationships that fed their ego, the accomplishments that became their source of confidence. It may feel like loss, but it is actually liberation. Because when everything external is shaken, what remains is what truly matters. Their identity in Christ becomes unshakable, their confidence becomes rooted in eternity, and their sense of self becomes stable regardless of life's storms. A person who knows who they are in God will never ask you to be their source of validation. They will never make you responsible for their happiness or their sense of worth. Instead, they will bring wholeness to your relationship, security to your connection, and strength to your partnership, because they are anchored in something greater than themselves. The fourth checkpoint involves God establishing their prayer life. A relationship without prayer is like a house without a foundation. It may look beautiful on the surface, but it will not survive the first major storm. That is why God will not send your soulmate until they have learned to seek His face, to listen for His voice, to depend on His wisdom in every decision they make. Right now, your future spouse may be learning to pray not just when they are in trouble, but when they are grateful. Not just when they need something, but when they want to worship. They are discovering that prayer is not just asking for things, but aligning their heart with God's will. They are learning to pray for you even though they do not know your name yet, asking God to prepare them to love you well, to protect you even before they meet you, to be the person you need them to be. God may have them in seasons of extended prayer, times when they feel drawn to seek His face for hours, moments when they cannot sleep because their spirit is restless until they commune with Him. They are learning that their relationship with God must be stronger than their desire for a relationship with anyone else, because only then can they love you without making you an idol. So trust the process, beloved. While you wait, know that God is working behind the scenes, checking every box on His divine list, ensuring that when your paths finally cross, it will not just be a meeting but a holy alignment. Your soulmate is being prepared with the same intentionality that you are. And when the time is right, what God has joined together will be a testimony of His faithfulness that glorifies His name forever.